All right, top of the morning here. We're going to be getting on into Genji versus Mad Lions here. First game of the day to round out Group 4 here. Everyone's actually pretty close here in the record right now. 2-1 for Genji, 1-2 for Mad Lions. Mad Lions with a full opportunity to tie up the group, or at least tie up the top side of this group here. Right now, RNG. Actually, sorry. Yeah, right now it's quite evened out. TL and Mad Lions 1 and 2, and Genji taking the lead at 2 and 1. But that's not really that hard for TL and Mad Lions to catch up to Genji or LNG. Let me see here. All right, let's get this sorted. Alrighty. Alright, so yeah, right now the West a little bit behind the East in record, but it's still quite close. So right now, bands still staying pretty much the same as we've had. The Yumi still holding out its permaban or permanent presence. And here comes Karzi with the misfortune. We've been seeing very good promises out of Karzi over the last 2 years as he's been in the professional scene, and really looking for him to show, really looking for this whole Mad Lions team to really show up and really impress on the world stage with how good they were in the LEC, just kind of taking over in spring and in the summer. Elioya going to pick up the Viego for himself, which this has been a very interesting development. We went from like almost no Viego through play-ins and into at least the first few days, the first sort of half of groups, and even until Group B was finishing up, we only saw Closer bring it out. And then since Closer brought it out, it feels like Viego's been kind of a mainstay in the snowball effect from his heartbreak, kind of dictating what a lot of teams believe they can do. And the Aphelios is now like a standard staple. Like, why would you not have the hard carry to Mr. 200 years in play? And it's even without like Thresh as like a required pick here. As you can see, the Graves being locked in here for Birdall topside, just a super safe pick. So, you know, kind of dictating what Mad Lions, they're probably going to want to ban the Thresh out from life to make sure that Ruler is going to be, you know, not in the best positioning, or not or without the positioning of the Dark Passage. So this has all been a very strange development so far. All right. Alrighty. That's what happened. All right, so Thresh banned away from the Aphelios. Not too big of a surprise there. And Wukong banned out as well. Yeah, the Wukong ban against Armut is actually super powerful. His Jace has actually shown itself to be quite potent in this tournament so far. Yeah, that would be the other ban I would think of as well from Wolf. They're going to get rid of the Braum, which is kind of like a MF counter idea, and could also be something that helps save Ruler from getting dove or getting blown up by other characters. But the Lulu has been like the very clear partner to the Aphelios, at least so far in this tournament. We've seen it at least, I think, Damwon pulled it out, EDG. Alright, so Kennen and Wukong gotten rid of by Genji. And now Azir, possibility, but it's mostly been a faker pick and a Korean pick, but he looks like Humanoid has gotten himself some hours in on the Azir and is confident enough to bring it here to the stage. Alrighty. Alright, so Syndra for BDD right now. Big fan, big win rate on this character right now. Its pick rates feels like it's been rising over the last day or two. And the potential for this character to really blow up. Anyone that wants to try to come in or pretty much attack the back line, it's going to be met with a lot of problems, a lot of force, a lot of spheres being thrown at them, if you will. And the Rakan maintaining its high priority here for an engage, at least one of the few engage supports that are left that feel viable and super safe at the same time. And Armut gonna pick up the Gwen. Gwen rising a little bit in presence and priority, just being a very good, you know, sideline option, very good fighter. Has a lot of good ability in the team fight. Just the lockdown is going to really fall onto Kaiser and Humanoid with like a Shurima shuffle to really enable for Gwen, Elioya, and Karzi to get a lot of work done. So a lot of great late game opportunities for both teams. The split push option feels like it's going to be really in the favor of Mad Lions, just specifically for the Armut, with the Gwen. And I think that'll round us out for this portion. Mm. Yeah, the Rakan's going to actually have a lot of problems finding their way in, especially when Viego and Gwen are able to kind of find and jump and follow and skip their way to taking the Birdman down. So looks like we're about to jump on in here for Genji versus Mad Lions, opening our day here for the final day of groups. Looks like a really tight here. Could actually have ourselves a very long day with some tiebreakers at the end, but that all is what we are going to start figuring that all out for sure here. The Mad Lions can tie up Genji. They can start giving EU and NA fans a lot of hope for just the West. For just the West doing well at Worlds. So onto the Rift we have arrived, and not too many. Everyone's starting with a ward except for Bertle. He's just going to rely on the game to give it to him immediately as he exits base. There you are. Not allowed to forget anything. Looks like passive start for Army with the door and the shield. Just want to keep himself up alive. Yep, just gotta start with the skip and slash. And yeah, not too many things. Just a line of scrimmage here for both teams right now. No one getting too antsy, too crazy. If anything, we should actually see a great mashup of styles here. Mad Lions, very skirmishy, very always looking for a way into the game, always looking for a way to stay in the game, and just kind of always pulling like just rabbits out of the hat, pulling full-on lions out of their hats, honestly, with just how they won, how they took down Rogue in the LEC finals, where they clearly should not have won that under at least normal pretenses. But this team just has been very exciting for the West leading up to Worlds, because we've been expecting a lot out of this team to just, you know, play with a little bit more reckless abandon, creativity, and clutchness, if you will, to really surprise the East and also just really take down some major players out in the world. Looks like we have blue star, topside star for both junglers. Nothing too hard, too special. I would expect kind of full clears. We have started to see more cheeky jungle paths to nail down first bloods, at least when it's come to poorly managed first three waves. Even just first wave. It looks like both. Yep. BDD with the Ari, but Humanoid with the Comet, so a lot of poking going to happen here. Bot lane. Still saying pretty even on the CSing. Not gonna be too much of a disparity on who's gonna get level 2 first. Here comes the change out. Stun's gonna land. And level 2 acquired, and they're gonna jump on it right now, actually trying to get that second level on, and actually that's what Life went for. They went for the proc, knocked it down, got them that extra bit of XP. So Genji actually ending up a little bit ahead here bot lane for just at least the health pool. But good little play there from Life to get them level 2 so they can actually fight back in that engage from Kaiser. Looks like Clid messing up his jungle, kiting just a little bit. Humanoid getting pushed in. He's going to try to stop him. No, he's not going to try to stop. The back. And Elioya's skipped his wolves and his Krugs, it looks like. He's going to look for an invade now. Kaiser's following up. And, oh, Cliz is going to actually make the exit stage right for us. So going to be an assassin. There's going to be a stolen, well, just stealing some time, honestly. They've gotten the site down, but looks like they're not going to really take much of it. Whirler advancing and getting a lot of damage out here onto Karzi. That Aphelios combo can get pretty nasty. So I could say a lot was really accomplished there by Elioya with that little invade, at least making Clid and Genji feel the pressure. But the big news, actually, they're gonna be able to get the double scuttle here. Bartle is gonna try to stop it, and Armit's is not collapsing. He's not able to collapse it this time. waves in his favor. He's trying to actually arrive now. So catching this opportunity should be pretty good for them. The Warlord seeing Clid escape. So Elyoya going to end up with a major lead in this early game here, getting double scuttle. Still has his wolves up and available and his Krug, so he's got plenty of camps to go back to. But major advantages acquired for Mad Lions in this early game here. Just in basic map play, a little bit of flexing, a little bit of pressure, just by putting bodies in the Genji's red ward or red buff jungle. And a little bit of engage here. Kaiser getting a little bit too far. A lot of damage still coming out from Ruler here. And we are still early in this game, but it can get very scary here. And Ruler's got the lockdown. Just needs to cool down. He's going to be able to at least have probably 12, 13 shots left after he clears out this wave. So he should be able to at least get the Q off. They just need to land in. Karzi steps back. Clid. Ward hops, forces the flash out from Karzi. So very good bit of pressure here from Genji. Getting rid of some of their spells make it so that there's going to be a very vulnerable and more timid Mad Lions bot lane here. A lot of damage put onto Humanoid now. Trying to catch BDD on his way back in, and it's not going to do as well for him. So this is actually where we're going to be. We also want to sort of highlight a few extra pieces here. Genji's been a super consistent, albeit less than flashy Korean team in the LCK for a long time. Ross has been around for quite a long time, and this is kind of like their make or break year. Either they actually kind of win it, or I would really hope that this team would get kind of blown up and rebuilt. Mad Lions, though, they're in peak position right now. This is like a peak opportunity for them. Going 1 and 2 in the first 3 days of group phase of the group stage of this Worlds has kind of felt like a major disappointment. They felt a little flat and really not as sharp and full of, you know, willingness to go for things, go for plays. Oh, I'm gonna get a spot on the Clid. He's gonna spot this board. But yeah, this is where we sort of sit here. Day 7, last day of Worlds here. Mad and Genji and this whole group has had more time to prep. Following the first 3 days of groups, they've had more time to prep, more time to get themselves on the same page, find out what they've been doing wrong, and then come into their final day of groups to really like make all the changes needed. Human, I think you're being in trouble here a bit. BDD and Clit are on their way here. BDD with no ward to throw down and jump to, and Bardal also identifying. Oh, and he's gonna just shove BDD in, but I don't think it's gonna work out as much as you want here. First one's gonna go over to Clit, and they're gonna be a full brawl out, but everyone has arrived here. Here comes the needlework, and I think it's gonna be on Army to actually finish this off. The smite to actually get Clit alive, but Karzi's gonna get brought back over, and this is actually gonna go down. Army's gonna get one traded back, but he needs to run away, and that is a 2 for 2. 1 kill actually secured by Elyoya. I missed that. And it looks like not too much is going to be lost there. 80k just left bot side. Just farm your wave, let it go. It kind of looks like Ruler's in the Ruler runs this lane right now. But very good engage there. Very good set of ideas there. Unfortunately, Mad Lions with the shuffle sweep over by a Humanoid. He does get the flash burned by BDD, but no one's really able to capitalize on it. Yeah, BDD just gets it too soon, too quickly. Humanoid gets blown up before he's allowed to like have the space and time to get a lot of damage. But the needlework from Elyoya just getting so much done here. Yeah, gets the one, gets the jungler dead. And that's frankly just good enough. That's Armbit kind of saving that whole play there, making sure he got the kill onto Clid. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty disastrous opportunity that got misplaced by the Mad Lions. So it's right minutes into the game here. Turret plate's still up, active, available. And it looks like we're gonna start worrying about him now. Herald gonna get jumped on. Should be noted by Mad Lions that Clit is going for this. They should have some inkling of it just from the ward getting blacked out by the control ward. We're going to be jumping over, trying to get the punish onto BDD. Big sweep it over, and that's going to be into the bullet time here. That's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a trade of jungler for mid lane, but that should be a great thing for the fight itself here. That they're actually going to get secure, killed onto life here. Mad Lions out the gates here, looking for the fight, meeting them in the fights, and these shuffles from Humanoid look great, and putting like 2 or 3 of them right into Karzi's bullet time was quite devastating for Genji in that fight. So really great starts for Mad Lions crew here. Really kind of unfortunate team fight breakdowns for Genji. Just not prepared for what can be done by this squad of young talent.
No one has been able to actually pick up the Rift Herald yet, but is Ruler getting fed? And that generally has worked out pretty well for Genji. Yeah. I'm starting to feel like you take it personally when LCK teams fight around the Rift Herald. Yes. Because you have been talking about it a lot. Yes. And look, it's been happening a little more than it probably should. And let's check it out one more time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fight that, you know, you don't have the greatest scour of the week here. You only hit Humanoid. And this is where Rakan can be so powerful in these early skirmishes, which is part of why Genji do kind of all in on this fight. Because, you know...
Yeah, Rakan's charm and Battle Lance can do a lot for knock-up setup and just displacing champions from being able to do anything to fight back to even put any damage out. Fortunately, it does not play out as well as they need it to.
Yeah, again, the biggest problem is that Ruler is just picking up so much gold. He is alone the biggest problem that Mad Lions have to face later on.
Bertel, you're alone. Your team is there. He's just...
Not sure why he's doing that.
He's just drawing some tension, but it actually works out. And I want to kind of... we talked about him a little bit already, but it's really important to understand this is a 17-year-old kid that played, I think it was 2 games, 1 game throughout the regular split within the LCK. So was barely called upon. Yeah, I think he's played so far 6 professional games in total. League of Legends. There you go. So that would be 2 series that he has played. That's not a lot. And this is Worlds. He's going up against the best team in Europe, and we did see in the Liquid game in particular how easy it was to target him in the race. This one working out a lot better than the Camille. As now, Mad, they do need to find a way to stop this bleeding.
I think the Gwen just is going to be a little bit of an easier time for it. Now, Genji going to be able to even just get a little bit more done on this turret here. Karzi kind of left out on an island while Ruler's been kind of... he's been left to his own devices here. A good 7k gold lead, 700 gold lead for Ruler right now. And that's kind of the guy you want to keep pinned down here. Mad Lions going to give away that Drake. Bullet Time's going to come out to delay the destruction of this turret. At least another minute or 2. But right now, Mad Lions looking a little less than savory in terms of map rotations and fighting for anything here. No cross-map play for the death of that Drake. More of just a delayed, I guess, exchange between the Herald earlier and this now. Yeah, I don't think they're going to really go for that all too much. They've got to be looking elsewhere for it. Getting Humanoid up in ahead, especially as an Azir, just to counter the late game power of Ruler on the Aphelios would be a very good idea, I believe. I believe that would do a lot to allow Mad Lions to contend and be even okay with like going later and later into the game. And it's also not like there's anyone majorly tanky on the side of Genji, so the lethality build that Karzi is indexing into with this misfortune will actually be pretty viable for most of this game. The tankiest character in this game is actually Karzi's own support. A little bit of trade here from between Armut and Bertel. I think we're going to have a die here. Teleport force before anything's actually forced out by Mad Lions here. Yeah, it's going to be Bertel coming back in with his teleport. He's going to put in a lot of damage here, but here comes the teleport in. It's going to be Humanoid, and I think you've overstepped here, Bertel. Going to try to get a little bit more damage, and the tower aggro traded quite well. Kill secured. 2 kills now for Humanoid. This is big news. This is big news for Humanoid. This gold inflection, this gold infusion into the Azir is going to pay off majorly. And frankly, Humanoid's also, it seems, has solved his die early in some lane, duel. And he's holding strong. So none of the issues that we saw earlier in the year are really rising. And he's doing pretty great. So this is actually a really great serve for Mad Lions here. Keeping the gold close, still a little bit ahead there, just a little bit in Gen G's favor.
Right, and it's going to have to be Mad Lions that gets them there. I think I've already been pretty forthright with this, but I've got Mad at the top of my list for Group D. So I don't want to be against my.
Got to give it to Atlas here. Faith in Mad Lions over Gen G.
Yeah, predicting correctly is good.
How's that going for you, Atlas? Not so great, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we don't care about them as much these last few days after everything else that's happened, I'd say. But yeah, I
This
think
is
I had
the
them first
last
as well.
chance. This is the last chance, Wolf. Let's get at least one right. Oh dear. After everything's happened thus far, I don't think it's happening. I don't know what's going to happen in this group today.
I still think that, like, we heard from Azael that there's a 6% chance that
Four-way tie, right?
that there's a
Yeah, there's a good chance of a four-way tie with the current state of this group. Right now, though,
so either it happens or it doesn't. So
well, we need to hope it happens. That'd be the best thing. That'd be fantastic.
I mean, 6% is not 0, so
Yeah, 6% is like 5% higher than 1% even. Flank teleport from Armut. Mad Lions are going for a very interesting fight here. They've actually got to nail this. Cars is going to bring this one down. Armut now with a lot of ability to save himself here. And that's going to be front to back. The flank's coming in through. He's going to get the slowdown with the needlework. But now Solar Flare is going to get on to Ruler. But he's going to be able to flash cleanse away from that one. And they might have tried really hard. Oh, Humanoid trying to get it. He's going to miss it. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he gets red and just scattered by BDD. So much burn there by everyone. There's not a flash left on anyone but like Karzi and Elioya. It's a Humanoid. Very, I like sort of the idea for Mad Lions. Just, teleport Armut in, engage on the front side. Armut gets to have instant backline access just by positioning. It's like a 2v4. It's a wipe. Klid's gonna be late to it, but it just doesn't play out that way. This teleport comes in. I think Klid even spots it. So it's just life and Ruler. It's time to leave. But Kaiser actually gets held up by that little turret and that little bit of slow and even the root by Ruler. And he just cleanse flashes away clean. No chance to get anything. The bullet time gets a little bit of damage onto life, but after that, not much. And the scatter by Humanoid, he probably had that flash prepared to get all the way in, all the way behind them to shove them forward. But I don't know how else that fight would have gone out. All the ultimates have been kind of burnt already, except for Elioya's. So very, very big reach there by Mad. They get 2 turrets matching Gen G. Gold lead still close, still only about 1,000, 2,000 behind. Not too bad.
Yeah, and talking about gold, the 001 Aphelios that Ruler is piloting right now has a 200 gold bounty.
Yes.
Armut, I think you're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. You're going to have to skip and slash, and no one's really coming. And dodged. Trouble avoided. And now it's going to be 4 bot side here for this dragon, and Mad Lions have not read this. They need to actually get something else done here. I think Elioya is starting up on the second Herald. So happy to give away the first 2 Drakes, which aren't the most alarming ones. And it's going to provide... Kar's going to be able to actually take down this turret. So it's going to end up being a turret and a Herald traded out for the... Yeah, going to be traded out for the Drake, or just the Drake right now, it looks like. Now they've actually put out their bodies over to this side. Life looking for someone to path less than favorably. I was going to attempt it. Needlework's already gone out here, but he's actually going to get blown up here. Everyone's got inside of the Hallowed Mist, and there's no chance Turret's going to go down as well. And I don't know if Mad Lions are going to be able to actually catch up to this Elioya. Trying to use what he's got, but he's just not able to chase them down. So Gen G, nothing too crazy or special, just kind of ahead by all the little margins, just a little bit, just a little bit enough ahead to where Mad Lions, I don't think are going to have a very easy time winning this.
Syndra, but you also have the Recon flanks to consider as well as just Moonlight Vigil. Like, Genji have all the tools, right? And
Yeah.
Mad Lions trading even and grabbing a turret like this feels so insignificant because you don't have that same scaling to fall back on. Yes, you have an Azir here, but it's not an extremely fed one. He has 2 items at this point, but you've got to start winning team fights coming up here. This third Drake fight, I think, is where Mad Lions will have to make a big stand.
I wonder whether we're going to see a break point, because I think at some point the Gwen in his side lane will actually be able to beat out the Graves just in terms of raw dueling power, where Gen G is actually starts to be the one that wants to engage, right? And then look at the comp that Mad Lions have. In terms of kiteback, it is actually hard to try and make work.
Yeah, it's not going to be a very doable thing here. There's a few slow options. Kaiser trying to cheekily adjust the situation.
I'm okay, don't worry.
Ruler going to find all of the minions underneath this turret, continue to rapidly progress as far as that CS number is concerned. Not even 20 minutes yet, very close to 210, so definitely not too bad at all.
Yep, surrender time on deck and not an option, but could be pretty nice, pretty close. So this game's still saying very even, very close in terms of just gold elements. I know the casters have been talking about how the scaling is much more in Genji's favor, particularly with how the Graves and the Aphelios will scale quite well, especially the Aphelios. But I still feel like Mad Lions have a great opportunity, and I feel like this lethality misfortune is quite underrated for the amount and how quickly she can melt these squishy characters. Clid being forced away. Good little Shrima dash to threaten the lunge.
Mad Lions put down earlier, right? So if someone shoves up in the side lane and gets a little bit too overexcited, tries to catch a wave where they shouldn't, doesn't have the backup, there is a similar collapse opportunity for Mad Lions. Also mind that that play that we saw in the inner turret on Genji's top side, all the summoners are now back available. So that window that was there for Mad Lions, they haven't actually been able to utilize. And I think this next Drake is going to give us a very clear idea of who is going to take, or keep control rather, of this game. Because if Genji get a soul point with 3 opportunities to pick themselves up in Infernal Soul, it's a really rough place for Matt to be.
Yeah, it'll be hard. It'll be horrible. Mad Lions need to find another way into this game here. Find another way to sort of catch out Genji or get the right rotations off here. Just kind of pick a fight, because at this point it's Infernal Drake in 59 seconds. This will put Genji on to Soul Point. Gets in the 3rd Drake, and Mad Lions either need to have a counterplay across the map, or they need to fight for that Drake and kind of throw in their lot there. Looks like they're backing off here right around the 40-minute mark. So they should be able to arrive at the Dragon Pit on that side of the river right around when it spawns. Everyone's racing on out. Genji's going to get the mid lane push. From here, it's going to be met by Kaiser and Karzi. So Mad Lions pretty much okay taking the back foot, taking the arriving second approach. I'm trying to clear out as much of this vision as possible. But I think, alright, this might be an NA ARAM kind of fight here. Now they need to see if they can make sure they don't get too separated with these little walls on the side here. BDD trying to get the catch here, but he's getting poked out a bit here. Humanoid, he has a very good poke option, very much more consistent poke option than anyone on the side of... Oh boy, and here goes. He's going to go in, but he's going to be able to walk out just fine. Bardol on fire, but that's kind of just engage, nothing happens. Solar Flare down, and Moonlight Vigil and Concussive Blast are down. So that's 3 ultimates spent for no one dying yet, and Kaiser's going to have his rune back up in just a moment. The Drake is alive, but Elio with this mist, able to zone out, able to push back Genji. The Maw not catching anyone, but now Mad Lions are going to start up this Drake. They want to try to steal and probably get out of here. Armored may have to play Sacrificial Lamb here. Now they're rounding about. They're going to be able to circle around them. Where's the flank? They're missing one. There's a 5th Genji member, and I don't know where it is right now. Humanoid is so low. 3rd Drake secured. Mad Lions shoved off of it in the bullet time. A little late for trying to steal it. So that was just... Yeah, the lifesteal from this double lifesteal Graves is actually nutty. Yeah. Yeah, well, missing the Leona ultimate from on Kaiser just kind of left all their options out in the open. All that was going to happen from there was just all that's left is the humanoid shuffle. That's all that's left for it. So Kaiser needs to land these. He needs to get his CC onto a prime carry. He needs to get onto BDD, onto Ruler, onto Birdall even. You need to find someone and blow them up if they want to win these fights early on, because while generally speaking humanoid is the better poke, BDDs scatter the weak after like a bunch of spheres have been put down will shred a lot of members of Mad Lions very quickly. Humanoid, Karzi, they get hurt really bad. Even Armut, it's going to be a nail on the coffin. Yeah, that's been the weird thing, is that Mad Lions actually, at least for that last fight, allowed themselves to be second to the space. And they need to actually be up and available to just hold out. And it looks like we're actually going to have a two-man... It's going to be a two-man sneak here. Yeah, Humanoid can just sit over the top here with his soldiers. Kaiser can come on in if he needs more tanking, but Armut should be able to actually hold this out here. It's at half health. They need to actually have Kaiser rode in to actually take the damage now. And now here it comes. I think the read is coming, and they're going to be able to get it. There's not enough time here. Secured by Armut. And now Kaiser is going to be able to walk away. So free Baron for Mad Lions, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any punish opportunity for Gen.G. So huge, big stuff, but they make the ballsy call. They have Elyoya elsewhere on the map just to kind of suggest it's not a possibility. Because why would you try to take Baron without a jungler? But because of... Oh boy, and here's going to be a huge scatter of the week here across the map here. Karzi's going to get blown up here. Moonlight Vigil hits on Elyoya. He's out of this fight. He has to run away. Big kick over. Kaiser and Humanoid, they're at less than half, and that's going to be a major team fight win. And this Baron buff might actually go away right as soon as it arrives. And now Ruler, Gen.G, they're able to rotate over. Armut, I think you are not where you need to be right now. He needs another skip it slash, gets over the wall, and Blastgun's going to get him to safety. So... BDD online, Wolves calling in playoffs BDD. I think they are ready to fight and earn their spot in the playoff stage. Mad Lions with a short range comp. Live actually going to have to run away from this battle dance up. He's not going to be able to catch anything. Armut trying to catch him out, but they're going to have to jump and changing directions onto Clay. But there's the mobility. Oh, and the last tip end of that snip from Armut secures the kill onto Life. And now Mad Lions reacquiring some control on this map. Minute and 20 left on this Baron buff. They do have the opportunity to actually secure at least this mid turret. They should be able to secure more. Armut's heading bot side. He does not have his teleport. So if Mad Lions get engaged upon, it will be... probably just, it might actually be in their favor because someone has to match Armut. Life's still dead. But Mad Lions, they've taken control of this bot side jungle here. There's just one ward left in this bot red jungle. And now, here comes for tier 2 bot lane. Everyone's kind of backed off, reset by Karzi. They got 50 seconds left. What else can they get done with this Baron buff here? Because topside's getting shoved in here. No one's actually going to meet that topside wave. Oh, and that's a lot of CS. Everyone's ignoring this topside wave here from Mad Lions. You have 30 seconds left. You only have enough time to walk across the map. You're not going to be able to get much done. It's just a read. This is a blind read. Huge. Cuts him in half. And then the jump on by Life. There's just no chance for Karzi to get anything out there. He is just identified and destroyed. Oh, Armut's just going to actually hold on to Clay. He's going to be his babysitter. You're not going to be allowed to get in here. It's going to be on to BDD or Birdall to try to actually find a way into this. Scout of the Week goes wide here. Life tries to actually get something done here, but he's going to get sniped out by Humanoid. The soldier's doing work here. Second, and that's going to be a shove on in. Second kill is going to come on in. Bye-bye, Birdall. Mad Lions in control in this game here. We have tied the gold back on up, and just a little bit of plays. The assignment of tasks, if anything, from Mad Lions. Just telling Armored, hey, go take Clit out back and show him what's what. It's just enough for them to delay this Infernal Soul for Genji. So Mad Lions coming alive, getting a little bit done than what we want.
You've got that triple Drake advantage. You don't have to force this fight.
And now 2 objectives in a row go to Matt, and that Baron sneak turned out to be pivotal. It really kind of swung the favor of the game. And Genji, they found that Syndra play. That was nice, but it didn't get them that much outside of the kill specifically. And Live, he's standing on vision there. He's not aware that this is happening, and it's Humanoid that, I want to say, pulls a BDD, kills it, finds a kill on Azir before the fight has even started. And then Birdle disjointed with the rest of his team. I think still could have also flashed over the wall. Maybe want to keep that summoner. And in of itself, not enough yet. But this is a pivotal must-win fight for Matt. They do secure the...
Yeah, if they secure this, actually, to get themselves into the top 3, basically the top side of this group. So Mad Lions getting this win, it's necessary. It's almost required for them to have a chance to get out of this group stage and upset LNG or Genji, who are kind of positioned as relative favorites, but I would still actually hold Mad Lions as quite possible, and there is hope also for TL to have gotten their stuff together in the last few days. But Mad Lions on the march, on their way in. Azir turret's going to be erected, and I think they're going to go for their own little non-Baron siege right now, see if they can get any sort of work completed as it relates to getting these turrets down. Birdall in bot side, teleporting in. I think this is... Okay, so this is Armud. Birdle, I think you've gone too far here. I think you're trying to overplay your situation here. And this lifesteal's going to get a lot done here. They need an ignite. The shield's going to come out from the shield bow. But there's the needlework, and this should be enough here. Secured kill for Armud. Reset for Elyoya. And that took a while, but everyone's perfectly fine. Everyone's happy.
That's when the cracks really start to show. The macro starts to fall apart. You can start to feel the nerves come through, and Genji makes small errors like this that really end up costing them big. And it's happened to them in so many critical...
Small errors from big worries, I would say. Birdall just overextending, getting a little bit too confident in his ability to get things done here. But now this seems familiar. Elyoya. Oh, they're actually going to get the catch. The control ward. Nope, that was not a control ward. So be able to predict that. But this could be a lot of vision denied here. Baron's coming up. This might actually be a standard Baron fighting option. Hey, it looks like everyone's here. 4 on the side of Genji, 5 up and available. Armor looking for a side flank, looking for an option just to jump onto someone. Here comes the teleport in from Graves. But if they actually take this now, it could be huge. Kaiser's going to go in here, but he's not going to be able to lock down anyone of important. And that's a huge concussion blast here. Birdall just goes in, takes out Karzi, and this might be the end of the fight here. It's going to be on to Armor to try to actually carry this one out. Elyoya and Humanoid as well. But, oh, the destruction. That's going to be major. Emperor's Divide is going to actually end it, but Elyoya and Armut are the only ones up. And it feels like Genji are happy to give that one up. Mad Lions, I guess, kind of winning the fight. But Baron being stopped for Genji is kind of everything they needed. That's why 3v2 was not a fight they were looking for. They just turn, they stop Leona from getting anything done here. And because there's this pressure from all sides, it's kind of only onto Armut to really make anything happen. But they get the call out. Brittle jumps in to take out Karzi. But this is just where there's enough sustain for Armut and even for Elyoya to actually like stop this from being ruined or being taken too far. What am I missing? There we go. Yep, there we go. Oh, give me another fight here. Oh, and that's going to be secured, the kill. That is going to be fantastic. Baron stolen by Mad Lions here. Just kind of Genji not able to arrive in time for it. Kaiser gives over his life for it, but that's perfectly fine. Now we're going to be a back off here. I think they're getting a little bit too caught out here. Big damage over onto Elyoya. It may not be worth it at all. They need to get some inhibs down to draw their pressure away. Red-white guns on the side of Rule. He can 1v1 this Drake and secure Infernal for his team. And that lifesteal is insane right now. No, they're not. there's a split focus here for Mad Lions. They don't actually calculate for this properly here. Clid and Rule are going to try to make their way out. Elioya going to try to cut them off. But this Mad Lions are so spread thin. They need to try to actually delay this one, try to get the catch onto one. They're going to be able to connect onto Clid. Oh, the Q's going to connect, but I don't think he does not have the kickback available.
Key thing now, as Matt, try to push as much as you humanly can. You have a Clid that's dead for 35 seconds. A single misstep from Gen G with the Baron buff up could mean that you break open the base, or possibly even more.
Yeah, the problem is the Infernal makes it so much easier to defend here, and 25 seconds till this Lee Sin is up. You can just slow.
Yeah, 25 seconds now for Mad Lions to actually get as much as they can done. They're going to get this turret down. I think they can even get this inhibitor down. Yeah, 15 seconds left, so that's going to be one inhib. Trying to rotate up, Armor ushering in this wave. It's going to try to be actually cleared out successfully by Gen G. Alright, so 4,000 gold lead in the favor of Mad Lions right now, more or less. Infernal Soul on the side of Gen G is probably going to even up at least the gold value elements of this game, but it's a permanent buff. It's a really bad trade what Mad Lions did. And like getting this kill onto Clid is really honestly whatever. It's not really going to do anything. There's no neutral objective, no neutral monster up for the grab.
But what I'm concerned about here for the Gen G state of things is, yes, you have this Infernal. You have a composition that has a little bit of poke with the Syndra. Obviously, there's a little bit that comes in with the Aphelios. But you're not going to be able to use this Infernal Soul to just outright win the game unless Mad Lions give you an opportunity.
Oh, he's going to be the jump in here, and that's going to be a blow up here. I'm sorry, Elio, you've gone too far. And that's going to be a catch in here, and BDD not actually stunned out. Humanoid's going to go in there, big shuffle, but there's no one to follow it up. He's going to get shut down and blown up. This could actually be the end right now. Huge death timers, 54 seconds onto Humanoid, 53 or 43 onto Elioya. Gen G, they can just walk this one right on down. It's just an inhibitor turret. Armor's going to try to actually get something else done with this Baron buff, but Mad Lions might have actually thrown any agency or opportunity they had in this game to stay out ahead. Alright, Gen G not going to overstep it. Just going to take the cancellation of the Baron play. And now Mad Lions need to find something else here. Next buff going to be, it's going to be the Baron, but I don't think the Baron buff has been the best friend. And this is Elioya just kind of trying to get this caught, but he's going to get kicked in. BDD and Clay kind of just laying a trap for him. And there's not really much else. Humanoid tries to go in for this. He sees Karzi up there, thinking that Karzi's going to be able to at least like Gale Force flash into bullet time and get them all blown away, but it just doesn't happen. It feels like a miscommunication or a misattribution of expectations on the side of Humanoid to go for that play when it just wasn't there. The good news though is also Humanoid's also massive. 5, 4, and 3 right now, 327 CS in the game. Armid's the only one really leading, is the only one leading the charge underneath Ruler, but definitely on the side of Mad Lions. Now they're just trying to figure this one out. Clid happy to actually just poke in. I think that was just like a Q or something like that, and that is a lot of damage there. Need some lifesteal for this Elioya.
Key thing here is also that there's no teleports available for Matt. So unlike last time where where Birdle was dead for up and then, as he should, got very nicely punished by Matt, this time it is going to be him being just fine, able to push up. And this feels, in many a way, like a classic D&D game where, you know, it's been fun, but it's going to come down to the one fight at Elder.
Yep. A little bit spicier Gen G game than normal, but yeah. Wait till the end of the game, one big fight, Gen G win or lose, and we go home. Well, not exactly home. I know you're staying at home watching this game, but this is kind of like sticking to the regular Gen G script. Mad Lions, though, gonna have to try to find their way in here, and frankly, who do they want to focus? Because the damage coming out from like the 3 main carries is pretty substantial, and Ruler, he's at his nuclear phase, and the only late game damage on the side of Mad Lions is going to be on Humanoid, and if he's going to be the main point of engage, which he should not, Kaiser needs to be catching people out, and I don't know why they've not. I wish they were actually having the chances or the opportunities to push their solar flares onto Ruler to force out his cleanse, just to try to make him a little more vulnerable. We're just going to hold tight here. Mad Lion's laying a trap here. Still prioritizing the Baron, but it's a minute till Internal Soul, and I don't know what they want to prioritize. I don't know what would be the better option. Genji's going to stick around for this as well. Going to try to poke and prod, see what they could find. Looks like Ruler trying to actually get himself a good gun combo right now. He's just red and purple. Oh, this is going down so fast here right now. The damage from Humanoid is insane, but Klid's allowed to just be in there. He steals it. No problem. No easy. No problem. Not an issue at all. Huge knock up from life. And Karzi 1v4. He's going to do what he can, but it's no one goes down on the side of Genji. Klid's allowed to just walk in. They think they're going to be able to burst combo that Baron. That is not how it's going to happen. That is not what you need to happen. Humanoid, Mad Lions, sitting so close to the victory right now, but they are going to end up at 1-3 at the end of this game here. Genji jumping out ahead of the entire Group D here, securing their third win, and that will be the first game for today with Group 4, Day 7 of Worlds 2021.